This is a D&D circle jerk. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
My new, all caps, favorite thing is talking to my players in order to solve social problems at the table.
Someone found it out? Someone figured out that, like, when you talk to people...
When you talk to people, it actually...
Someone figured out, let alone a D&D player?
I know, that's wild. Okay, as DM, it's my job to make sure the table stays fun for everyone, and I've encountered some social issues between players lately. Rather than trying to create convoluted and idiotic homebrew magic items to circumvent them, I've taken to actually speaking to them like a human being.
Whoa.
And I'm feeling really good about how it's working out. Figured I'd share my experience. So let's see.
Was there a real post that was like, what?
Really? We're gonna get there. Problem. We were running into that thing where folks spend like 45 minutes discussing all the theoretical pros and cons of a plan, hypothesizing about whether or not it will work, based on totally inadequate knowledge of the situation. It was getting boring and frustrating for me, and for the other players who just wanted the game to move along. Solution. I told them they were taking too long, and occasionally offer suggestions if they seem stuck with analysis paralysis. Combat is sped up a lot. Now they don't feel like a wrong choice will lead to a party wipe.
Ah, okay, alright.
Problem. One of my players made a sick paladin/warlock build with Sentinel, Polearm Master, Devil's Sight, and Darkness.
Oh shit.
Basically, the PC can charge at a boss and cast Darkness on himself. Then he completely locks down the boss and is often able to solo it. But I can sense the growing frustration around the rest of the table when the other PCs can't target the boss and are relegated to cleanup duty on all of the minions. Solution. I told him he was ruining encounters for everyone and that he should consider not using optimized online build guides in a group full of casual players.
Okay, hold on, wait a minute.
Or expect to deal with enemies that aren't vulnerable to his one gimmick. He agreed, and after being downed by a boss that was immune to his combo, diversified his build. I need to be careful about this. Giving out too much social interaction can super backfire on the DM.
It can also be scary, yeah.
It's very scary. But so far, it's been a great way to make some interplayer conflict just disappear. Anyone else do this?
Anyone else talk to your players?
Which is a link to the original post.
What?
My new favorite thing is creating magic items to solve social problems at the table.
I was thinking it was going to be the alternative, right?
The exact inverse, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
So the first problem is word for word, the exact same problem. And the solution that the original OP was talking about is the Bones of the Prophet, a magic item that allows the bearer to cast augury. Item has 3 charges and regains 1 at dawn. It doesn't require attunement.
Yeah, don't make some homebrew bullshit. Yeah, okay, I see where that's coming from.
I wanted to balance the resource economy so players use it but don't spam/abuse it. Now players are basically using it as a once a day or more in emergency, quote-unquote, hey DM, is this a bad idea? It's so helpful to have an in-game mechanism for telling them your plan is great or a dude that's gonna get you all killed.
You literally...
How about fucking asking?
Yeah, you literally... Why are you making objects that have phrases connected to them when you can just use the phrases?
This is my thing. And this is something that I feel like sometimes I do, too, where I'll make a homebrew and I'll be like, we're going to fix this problem so that you have a better experience at the table.
Yeah.
But it's usually only when literally the gameplay is causing the problem.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You know what I mean? The second problem is also the exact same problem.
Really?
Solution, the Ghost Thief Lantern.
Fucking shut up.
Inspired by a combo my buddy and I came up with in the 3.5e campaign where I'm a player. There's a 3.5e spell called Ghost Lantern that creates a light that only you and your allies can see, which penetrates darkness spells cast at equal or lower levels. So the homebrew item I made for this 5e campaign I'm DMing, which can only be attuned by a rogue, it does the same thing for up to 10 minutes per day. Our rogue was the only player with an open attunement slots, and now they have a vehicle for being able to jump into melee in the darkness, get sneak attack for free, and allow all the other players to see the big bad. But what if he's not into that? What if he just wants to use his fucking rogue powers?
Yeah. Am I the asshole for crafting during meetings?
No.
So I work in a mainly office setting, and we have a lot of meetings, video conferences, and online training, which is primarily in video format. I've always needed something to do with my hands, thanks to ADHD, and if I don't, then I cannot focus on things that isn't reading properly.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because I also have dyslexia.
Real.
I've also been crocheting and knitting since I was little, and it's something I do a lot while at home watching TVs and movies because it helps me focus. In uni, I used to crochet and knit in lectures because it helped, and no one seemed to have a problem with it. The lecturers actually encouraged it when I asked, as said as long as it helped me focus, I could do whatever I needed.
Great. Awesome.
So I decided I was going to take it into work with me to see if that would help me focus more in meetings and not get distracted during them. They're very long meetings, going up to 4 hours sometimes.
Oh my God.
And usually I mentally clock out within the first half hour. Fucking same. Side note, I had brought it up in supervisors that I had trouble focusing. My manager was actually the one that recommended I find something to do with my hands and okayed it.
Oh, okay. NTA.
It worked.
Nice.
I was able to focus a lot better and be more involved in the meetings because I wasn't drifting away.
On the ocean.
But recently, a colleague came up to me and told me to stop. He said that it was rude and disrespectful towards everyone in the meeting and our service users whom the meetings are generally about. I tried to explain that it actually helped me in staying on track and remembering more of the information about our service users, but he held his stance firmly. And it's not like I'm not participating at all. I don't need to look down at my knitting or crochet because I've been doing it so long, and I bring in pieces that are simple and mindless to do.
Master of the craft.
I also will put it down to write/type up notes and if I'm talking. Anyways.
Dude, imagine this person's like probably writing about knitting.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta think.
She's counting how many stitches she just did, didn't she?
26. Like, that's funny as fuck.
And then you pull out and it's just like one of those big banners that like you put outside. What are they called? Fucking what are they called?
Tapestry.
Yeah.
It's a big tapestry that says like,
fuck you,
I agree.
Greg. I agree. Yeah.
Or something like that.
Dude, and you're saying I agree, but it's about something that happened 3.5 hours ago.
What do you agree to?
I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, my colleague said he was going to bring this to higher ups if I continued, even though I had already cleared it with my manager before I started doing so, and it's got me a bit worried, so I need your opinions. I just want to preface that the meetings I take part in aren't massive company meetings. Usually there are about 6 to 15 of us, and it's generally group discussions. Also, where I work is quite relaxed and generally a casual setting, like we wear smart casual as well, so it's not super formal. So should I stop? Is what I'm doing disrespectful? Edit/more info to clear things up about the service users. They are not in the meeting with us. It is only us as professionals in these meetings. We are discussing them and what we are going to do / our plans, but they are not present for them. We work with their mental health and I'm a part of a therapy team, so I am well aware that it would be unprofessional to do so in the presence of social service users. Additionally, the people within these meetings are generally people I see every day, so they're not all strangers. All caps. Also, I keep the crafting on my lap and the projects are relatively small and in one color, like socks, hats, squares, etc. Not the big projects like blanket and sweaters. I have a note or laptop on the table, so I'm not taking up a bunch of space on the table and is generally quite hidden. When in the in-person meetings, I crochet so there's no needles clacking as crochet only uses one hook. The knitting is done when I'm online as knitting is a bit more of a hassle than crochet is. I am not medicated for my ADHD, but that has a reason. I have trialed a lot. I get bad side effects from medication, even in general, such as extreme drowsiness and nausea, or some of them just don't even work for me.
Yeah.
And these side effects means I cannot work a full-time job, which I love, so I'd rather be unmedicated and have to deal with it myself than be ill and not working.
Yes.
Thank you for all the recommendations on other fidgets I could use as well. I'll give some of them a try. Edit 2. Thank you for all the responses so far. I'll take what's been said into consideration. I'm going to speak with my manager on Monday and ask if we can talk about it at the beginning of the next meeting to get input from everyone else.
Yes, genuinely do talk to your manager about it, yeah.
I just want to say quickly to people saying I should just focus and stop being unprofessional by fidgeting in any capacity.
All right, bud.
ADHD and other disabilities do not work like that.
Yes.
I can't just focus. I can't just, quote, grow up.
Yes.
That is not how it works.
Yes.
If you can come up with a way to miraculously make me focus without fidgeting, I'm all ears.
That's so real.
That's the realest shit, man. Am I the asshole for beating my friends in a competition that we begged them not to join? So I want to start by saying my boyfriend, 28 male, and I, 26 female, are very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
We discovered this during a company relay race years ago and have since competed in all kinds of events like paintball, laser tag, triathlons, etc. Most of our friends know how intense we can get, so they usually sit out unless it's for fun.
I want to say real quick, I'm not that way, but I do think it's very cute.
Recently, we invited our friends to a paintball tournament. Not to compete, but to hang out. These events often have a little bar area or food stall where people can watch from an elevated platform, kind of like Hunger Games.
Oh.
One of our friends and her boyfriend decided they wanted to compete too, even though they'd never played paintball before. We warned them it wasn't for beginners and that most people take it seriously since there's a cash prize for the top 3 teams.
Yeah.
After like a week, we eventually told them straight up that we didn't think they should compete. They got annoyed and said they were adults and could make their own choices, so we backed off. Come tournament day, they were the only beginners and got wrecked in the 2 practice rounds. Then they ended up against us in the first official match. Parentheses random, by the way.
Okay.
We didn't go easy on them, and the match ended in under 4 minutes.
I thought they were adults. If you're adults, then...
There are 2 wolves inside of me, and they're fighting right now. Like,
what do you mean? What are you talking about?
We made it to the final round, but ended up losing to a team wearing predator masks. Yeah, we didn't stand a chance. Afterwards, we went to the bar area, but noticed our friends who we were competing with weren't there. Someone told us they had left, which we understood sometimes after losing. You don't want to hang out.
Yeah, sometimes after losing, you have a little baby tantrum.
Yeah.
And you storm off to your car and go home.
Yeah. We enjoyed the rest of the day and went home. Later that evening, they called us upset, saying we should have gone easier on them because we're friends and should have at least let them get a shot in. I reminded them we'd warned them and that we treated them like we would any other team. Safe to say the call didn't end well. The next day, she posted on Facebook saying we, quote, tried too hard to beat them only to not win in the end, making us seem like bad friends who were trying to embarrass them. Now some friends and family are piling on saying we were selfish. Others who were at the event say our friends are overreacting. I don't think we did anything wrong, but now with all these other people in my ear, I'm second-guessing myself, so Reddit, am I the asshole? Edit. I don't know how to make edits to the post to add things, but I want to clarify some things. We invited more friends than just the ones that competed. 3 of our friends came to watch. It wasn't mandatory. They could have said no. We did not invite our friends because we think we're the best. We are D4, definitely not a beginner, but nowhere near a pro.
That to me was clear by you, how you talked in the post. That to me was extremely clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have a problem with our friends wanting to join the competition. We were just worried because this wasn't a beginner tournament. Everyone competing was either going to be D4 or D3. We were already pushing our luck trying to compete against D3. We aren't competitive in every game, just competitions and games with winning prizes. And a lot of my friends are part of tennis groups and bowling leagues and other paintball teams, and they have invited us to watch them all the time. I didn't think it would be such a big deal to ask them to hang out and watch us.